Hi. I wonder if you could help me. I think I'm a bit lost. I'm looking for night school. Has anyone seen night school? If you could point me in the right direction. Oh! Wow! So this is night school. I've always wanted to be a knight. I hear stories of King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table, and George and how he defeated the fire-breathing dragon. That's who I was named after, George. But they call me Georgie. You can't have two knights called George. Georgie the Knight. Sounds great. Sounds like a name that you can chant. Georgie, 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 Georgie. Oh, I can't wait to be a knight. Riding horses and jousting and wearing shiny armour and going on quests and sitting, telling tales around a round table. And I mean really around a round table. Oh, I'm definitely going to enjoy night school.
Welcome to night school. Welcome, new class. Here you will train to be knights and pass. My name is Rocco, Sir Rocco, if you please. Here to make sure you pass night school with ease. Sir Rocco, yes, like the wind or the 1980s car, but follow my advice and you're sure to go far. Welcome everyone, be you young or old. Here at night school, you'll grow to be bold, learn of religions, manners, music and dance.
Serve and attend, fight with a sword and a lance.
Yes, you'll learn to lunge and parry and thrust at your enemy, whilst at the same time, obey rules known as chivalry. Now, what's this chivalry? Would anyone like to try?
It's the code all knights must learn to live by.
Good, and your name is?
Georgie, I've read all there is.
Excellent, then it's time for a quiz. For every night there exist some simple rules. We must follow them closely to not act like fools. Rule 1.
Knights must do brave deeds and travel on a quest. They learn things by doing, not just by completing a test.
Rule 2.
Remember to practice the noble art of war. Knights fight for king and country. Oh, and watch out for the gore.
Rule 3.
Knights must tell the truth and try to be polite. Even when talking to enemies they really want to bite.
Excellent. I can see you're well read. So, what is the path a trainee knight must tread? Anyone? Anyone but Georgie? Georgie, take it away.
There are just two ways to become a knight. On the battlefield where you can earn the right, or learn the trade as an apprentice knight. First a page, then a squire, then train to fight.
Pages start young, fight with wooden weapons. Squires, real swords, and much harder lessons. As you're all beginners, you'll start off as pages, usually aged 7 to 10 years, but today suitable for all ages. Now, any questions before we start the training?
Just one, Sir Rocco. I'm really not complaining, but are all our lessons going to be in rhyme? Because if they are, I don't think I have the patience, if I'm honest.
Sorry, a habit I picked up at King Arthur's court. While sat round the round table, we played it like sport.
Sir, you're doing it again.
Oh, sorry, I'll talk straight as much as I can, but I am big pentameter, big fan.
Sir, rhyming.
Sorry. Right, let's get started. Welcome to night school, held here today in the kingdom of Stratford upon the Avon. Ooh. Famous knights connected to Stratford include Sir Hugh Clopton, born in Clopton House at the top of Clopton Road. Builder of ye oldie Clopton Bridge. He certainly liked to name things after himself, didn't he? Thanks, Georgie. The original builder and owner of Clopton... Oh, no, not Clopton House, but rather New Place. The building Shakespeare bought and lived in until he died. Oh. Other famous knights connected to Stratford include Sir Thomas Lucy, made famous by the young Shakespeare poaching deer off his land. Blooming Shakespeare again. Sir Laurence Olivier, who performed many times in this theatre in the plays of Shakespeare again. Sir Peter Hall, the original founder of the Royal Shakespeare Company. Everything's blooming Shakespeare here in Stratford! Other famous knights and dames, the female word for knights I know, include Sir Tony Share, Dame Judi Dench, Sir Patrick Stewart and Sir Ian McKellen, all blooming actors. That's not being a proper knight.
Excuse me, sir, but when do we get to the fighting part about being a knight? I didn't think we'd be learning about history and Shakespeare at night school. More like jousting and fighting swords and clanging, that sort of stuff.
Of course, but being a knight's not all about the fighting, you know. We knights have to learn how to rescue fair maidens in distress, have to put our coats on the floor so that ladies may walk over them without their delicate, dainty feet getting wet. We must learn to open the doors for ladies.
Excuse me, sir. I think ladies or women have learnt to be a bit more independent now. I think we could just learn to be kind and polite to everyone and help anyone that needs help. Don't you?
Sounds good to me. Right, let's do the fighting drills. Okay. Everybody's going to be involved, so I'd like you all, if you're able, to get up onto your feet. Here we go. This is what night school's all about. Everyone up. Okay, so it's a very, very simple game of I will demonstrate, you will follow.
Okay.
This is our sword fighting skills. Everyone, repeat after me with the action. Cut.
Cut.
Louder and bigger, please. Cut. Good. Here we go. The second one is thrust. Thrust. If you can't do the that doesn't matter. Thrust is fine. Cut.
Cut.
Thrust. And the final one, block.
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 Okay, I'm going to run it into a combo move. So I'm going to say 3, and you're then going to say 3 after me. Wait for me to do 3. Cut, thrust, block.
Cut, thrust, block.
I suppose it's okay. Let's try it one more time with even more energy, and then we'll start the exam. Here we go. After me. Cut, thrust, block.
Cut, thrust, block.
Okay, you're all ready for your examination. You're far too good at this. Now, anyone taking part that I think is not doing it bigly enough, that's not a word, but we'll go with it. Anything under-energized or too slow, you may be eliminated from night school. Do you want that to happen?
No.
Good. The examination starts now. Follow me. Cut, thrust, block.
Cut, thrust, block.
Cut, thrust, block.
Cut, thrust, block.
Very good. I'm liking you over here, Miss Unicorn. That's excellent. Cut.
Cut.
Thrust, thrust, thrust.
Thrust, thrust, thrust.
Ride your horse. New one. Ride your horse. Very good.
Okay.
Faster than that. It's over rocky ground. Look for dragons. Cut, thrust, block.
Cut, thrust, block.
Madam, I saw you go wrong. Take a seat. Rubbish. You're eliminated from night school. Bye-bye. The rest of you have done marvellously. You're all excellent pages. I'm promoting you to squires. Just a bit more training to be a knight. Exactly what your heart desires. I'll call for the armourer. They'll need to know your size. And then at graduation, you'll receive your prize. You'll be a knight. So better keep practicing. If you don't, it'll be rather embarrassing. Cut, thrust, block. It's all in the timing. And yes, Georgie, I know I was rhyming.
Okay then, gotta get practicing. Key, cut, thrust, block. Cut, thrust, block. Oh, I'm getting really good at this. Okay, one more time. Cut, thrust, block. Oh.
Excuse me, I'm looking for Georgie the Squire.
Georgie. Oh, that's just me. At first it was just Georgie, then Georgie the page, and now it's Georgie the Squire. Oh, I hope to be Georgie the knight soon.
Right. I've just come to measure you for your graduation.
Measure me? No, I don't have the time. I'm too busy practicing. Can't you just grab a size medium off the rail?
A piece of armour cannot just be bought like that. It's a one-off. It's not shop-made, ready-made, mass-produced, high street. It's not one size fits all. It's not off the shelf, off the rack, off the peg. And it's certainly not available in a range of standard sizes.
Oh, what is it then?
Oh, it's handmade, made to measure, made to order, and very precise. It's individual, a one-off, unique. It's cut to fit so it's comfortable. Even there, where they make the costumes for the theatre, they have to take over 50 measurements from every actor.
Wow, 50 measurements? I never knew that was how many measurements you could take.
That's right. Round the head for hats and helmets, the neck so the shirt collar fits, across the shoulders, down the arm, shoulder to elbow, elbow to wrist so the sleeves are just right, round the wrist for cuffs and gloves for hands. Up, not forgetting. Waist, hips, thighs, knees, calves, ankles, whole leg, outside and inside. Are you allergic to anything?
No.
Oh, and what size shoe do you wear? Is there a number on the shoe? No, it's fallen off.
Oh dear.
The magic of theatre. It's a size 6, I think.
Well, what are you doing with those measurements? I don't want people knowing that I'm taller than that.
Don't you worry, I keep it all private. I use the measurements to create a pattern of all the pieces that make up a particular item of clothing, or in this case, armour, like this. Snip, 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 snip. There we are. We makers create this pattern so that we can make sure things are just right before cutting into any material. When I'm happy with the shape of the pattern, I use it to draw around, and then, ta-da! I cut out the pieces I need from the material.
Scissors won't cut through metal.
I have a special metal cutting machine, thank you.
Huh?
Excuse me. And then it looks like this. Now I need to just shape it to your body.
Oh, have you got another power tool for that?
No, just a hammer. Oh, I'm going to dish it out.
Dish it out? No, I don't want to fight.
No. Dish it out is the technical term for shaping the metal. I'm going to shape the metal to your body using my dishing hammer, and I'm going to place the metal on a special dishing stump.
Oh.
I've added leather straps with buckles using my riveter, so it should fit just right. Let's try it for size.
Wow, this is amazing. I look like a knight, and wearing this I really feel like a knight.
Well, you know what they say, clothes maketh the person. Well, Georgie, oh, here are your instructions for how to look after the armour. Follow them closely. Good luck.
Right, look after this armour. It's made only for you. Always wipe off mud and any bits of poo. Oh, be sure to keep it clean and polish it you must. A little bit of elbow grease, make sure it doesn't rust. Oh, you bet I'm going to look after this armour. There's no way I'm going to let it rust. In fact, I'm going to give it a bit of a polish right now.
Ah, Georgie, there you are. I've just read your night school report. You've done very well in night lessons and in sport. You'll be pleased to know you're top of the class. Georgie, distinction. The rest of you, pass. I dub thee Georgie the Knight. May the odds be ever in your favour, and always wrap up warm. Winter is coming. Oh, excuse me. There are lots of different knights belonging to lots of different tables. You just need to join the right team. I've organised some interviews for you. Good luck!
My first job interview. Right. Knights of the ping pong table. People always say I should go to an interview smartly dressed. In fact, I better give my armour another polish. That'll do the trick. Oh, I hope they like me.
We're the knights of the ping pong table. We're fit and so very able. We defeat all our foes by aiming at the nose. You can't join our team. Your armor looks far too clean.
Knights of the ping pong table? Never heard of them. And who uses ping pong balls as a weapon? My armourer told me to look after my armour, so how can it be too clean? I'll try again. Knights of the kitchen table.
We're the knights of the kitchen table. Very skilled at using ladles. We defeat our enemies using poisoned mushy peas. But you can't join our bake-off tent. Your armor doesn't have a dent.
Oh, well, of course it doesn't have any dents in. I look after my armour like I was told to. And you could do with cleaning your apron. Knights of the kitchen table. There've got to be some proper knights out there who need me on their team. Oh. Knights of the times table. Right. Okay then. Watch it!
We're the knights of the times table. Our brains are very stable. We defeat our competition using subtraction and addition. But
Ow.
to join our team just wouldn't be right. Your armor's cool, but you don't look too bright.
This is silly. Surely there've got to be some proper knights out there. I'm looking for the best knights in the land. Knights who are famous for their heroic deeds and dangerous quests. I want to lead people like Joan of Arc did and pull swords out of stones like King Arthur and joust like Henry VIII. One last time. Knights of the Round Table.
We're the knights of the round table. Huzzah!
Finally! A knight that actually looks like a real knight! Oh! I feel like I've been on a quest to find you! Ah! I'm Georgie the Knight, and I'd like to join your Knights of the Round Table.
Well, you tell me you want to be a knight, but to us, that doesn't look quite...
Right?
Yes! She said right! Give her a round of applause! You say you want to join our team. To be honest with you, I think that's a bit of a dream. I'll tell you why we're not a match. Your armor hasn't got a dent or... a scratch! Yes! Your boots too clean. Your clothes too bright. You look like a knight that's too scared to fight. Bah!
Too scared to fight, I am not.
Well, come back when you've more experience got. And also, next time, try speaking in rhyme. It might help your cause the next time.
I'm never going to be a knight. No one will accept me because I just don't look right. I've tried so hard and learned so much. In a fight, I'm the knight no one can touch. I wish people would just take the time to see past the way I look and get to know me. Oh. Oh. Huh. Tickets to a theatre? Never been before. Maybe a free night out I shouldn't ignore.
Welcome to the Royal Shakespeare Theatre.
Oh.
Please take your seat.
Sorry, it's coming through. Oh, you got some good seats there. Front row. Sorry. Excuse me. Right. Wonder what we've got tickets to see, huh? An exciting thriller, maybe a comedy?
Tonight's performance of Henry V will begin in 2 minutes.
Oh, isn't going to be cool. Henry VIII sounds so boring. You bet by the end of it all, I'll be snoring. Wow, I sat and watched the play and it was actually quite exciting. Arguments galore.
Tennis balls!
People were fighting. And in the middle of the battle, King Henry appeared. In mud and blood, he was all covered and smeared. He looked like a knight, that actor on the stage. And he spoke like a knight with his words off the page.
Once more unto the breach, dear friends, once more. Or close the wall up with our English dead. In peace, there's nothing so becomes a man as modest stillness and humility. But when the blast of war blows in our ears, then imitate the action of the tiger. Stiffen the sinews, summon up the blood, disguise fair nature with hard-favoured rage, then lend the eye a terrible aspect. Now, set the teeth and stretch the nostril wide, hold hard the breath and bend up each spirit to his full height. On, you noblest English! I see you, stand like greyhounds in the slip, straining upon the start. The game's afoot! Follow your spirit and upon this charge, cry God for Harry, England and St. George!
Oh! At the end of the play, I stood up and cheered. Oh! Wait, make my way to stage door while the audience clear. Oh. Ah.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Georgie the Knight and you're a brilliant knight.
Oh, yeah.
Where did you learn to fight like that? You must have been loads of fights and battles and look at the dents in your armour. You must have been hit really hard.
No, don't be silly. I never get hit. We practice our on-stage fights off-stage so that we can't hurt each other.
Oh, but you're a knight. I just saw you sword fighting and you're bleeding and you're covered in mud and you must have loads of cuts and bruises.
No. I'm an actor. I was acting. All this paint and makeup on my skin is made to look like I've been in a battle and covered in mud and blood.
But what about your armour and your clothes? It looks like you've been a knight for years with all these bashes and scratches and your clothes are all worn.
I tell you what, and I don't do this for everyone. Take a look backstage. My armour and helmet is not real. It's made of leather and plastic to make it lighter. Oh, and my chainmail is not made of chain. It's knitted and sprayed with a silver paint. My clothes, they're made to look like they're old. Oh, thanks, Nicky. And my sword. It's blunt, so I can never hurt any other actors.
Wait, so you look like a knight, even though you've never had a real fight?
That's right. All thanks to the theatre's costume-making department. They work over there behind the big oak wooden door. That's where the real magic happens. They can make anything over there. Costumes, masks, jewellery, even underwear. They've even got an armoury where they make, well, armour. Gauntlets, breastplates, weaponry. They even made this helmet and my cuff.
Whoa.
Oh, I tell you what. Thanks. They might be able to help you in your quest. Why don't you go and ask them if they can help? Anyway, lovely to see you. Ta-ra! See you in the duck, Donny.
All the knights I've met so far have said that I don't look like a real knight. And I've had loads of fights at night school. RSC costume making department. Maybe if my armour looked more like the actors' costumes, then the Knights of the Round Table might give me a chance. Here goes nothing.
Hello.
Hi. I'm Georgie, the knight, and some other knights have said that my armour looks too bright. And I watched the play, and the actor, he looked like a real knight. You know, his armour wasn't too bright or shiny, and it had dents and scratches in. The actor said you might be able to help.
Well, I can see what they mean. Your armour looks very new. You've obviously been taking good care of it.
Yeah, I wanted to look smart for my interview.
But they want a knight who looks like they've been in a fight.
Yeah, can you help?
Well, Your clothes need some wear and tear, perhaps a few patches. Your armour, some dents, and definitely some scratches. I tell you what, go behind there and pass me your jerkin. I'll add some fake blood and maybe some dirt in. Oh, it's called distressing a costume or breaking it down. We can do this for anything from boots to a gown. First, some dye, a blood stain, like you've been in a war. Dab on with a brush or maybe a paw. Then, to make the clothes look like they've been torn, I'll rub with a cheese grater to make little bits look torn.
Hang on, a cheese grater?
That's right. They're not just used for grating your cheese. Use this or sandpaper. Fantastic for wearing down knees. Then, I'll use my scruffer tool to break down small sections, edges of cuffs or collars. Do you have any objections?
No.
Your clothes look better now. They're worn and slightly tattered, but I think your armour would look better, more battered.
All right, just don't hurt me, that's all I ask.
No, I'm not going to hit you, I'm going to hit the armour. Give it me. I'll give it a whack in all the right places. You'll look like a knight that's been fighting for ages. There. That looks like you've been hit a few more times. Now, to make it look older than it really is. A little bit of darker paint. We don't want it too shiny. Add a little bit there. That's sure to make it look grimy. Do you know Dame Judi Dench? Well, Dame Judy once said that you can never be fully in the part until you're in the costume. And I tend to agree. Ta-da! Now you look like the knight you are inside.
Wow, this is brilliant. I really look like I've been in a battle. Thanks. I never knew that this was how costumes were made.
Well, if you ever get bored of being a knight, you can always retrain as a costume maker. Good luck on your quest to join the right table. Ta-ra!
Thanks. Right, here we go. Okay. Oh, been to night school? Great. Oh, I don't want to join the Knights of the Times table, no, because that really hurts. And I definitely don't want to join the Knights of the kitchen table. Or the Knights of the ping pong table. I want to join the best knights of all. The Knights of the Round Table.
We're the Knights of the Round Table. Huzzah, oh, you again.
I'm Georgie the Knight, and I'd like to join your Knights of the Round Table.
Well, you tell me you want to be a knight, but looking at you, I think that's exactly... You say you want to join our team, and to be honest with you, that would be a dream. I'll tell you why we are a match. Your armour's dented, and look at that.
Yes.
Your clothes, not bright. Your shoes, not bright. You look like a knight that I'd be scared to fight.
Ah!
Georgie, welcome to the team.
I've joined the Round Table, a dream I've always had. Thanks to the costume maker, my armour looks so rad. I'll go on big adventures and maybe even some quests, and I'll entertain all the knights with all my best jests.
Jests? Hang on, Georgie, are you good at telling jokes? Tell us some knight ones then. Entertain the folks.
All right then. Which one of King Arthur's knights invented the Round Table?
I don't know. Which one of King Arthur's knights invented the Round Table?
Circumference! Okay, what do you call a knight who's too afraid to fight?
I don't know. What do you call a knight that's too afraid to fight?
Surrender!
One more!
Okay, one more. Who was the knight who no one expected to fight?
I don't know. Who was the knight that no one expected to fight?
Surprise!
Oh, you are the funniest knight in the Round Table, Georgie.
Thanks! And that's the end of my story.
Hurrah!